Hi, it's Don Thornton, and I want to welcome you to the next video that I'm doing here in the playlist on my Don the Short Sale Guy YouTube channel called Short Sale Stories. And I want to talk to you about a property that we picked up. I believe it was late last summer or maybe early fall in Middleburg, which is a suburb of Jacksonville. If you just go south and west, I believe, then you'll hit Middleburg. It's somewhat near the Naval Air Station in Jacksonville. But it was typical situation. We found the homeowner in a foreclosure. We reached out to him. He had moved out. He had moved up somewhere up north. I don't remember off the top of my head what part of the states he moved to. But anyway, we found him. I mean, he had just decided that it was nothing he could do about it. He was upside down, and he just walked away from it. And of course, when we gave him the opportunity to salvage his credit, he was very happy about that. I'm going to show some pictures here, and you can get a general idea. I will set it up for you. The background of it. It was in a relatively new community. So some newer construction. So the property was actually in pretty good shape at first glance. When I first went out there in the late summer, early fall, when we first got out to take pictures, I thought, wow, this might be a little bit hard for us to find something to work with because didn't seem to be anything wrong with the property. And even though there's a lot of different factors that go into doing a short sale and getting an approval at a really nice discount, condition is just one of them, but it's important condition. It's not everything, but it's a good percentage. So, but anyway, it because of COVID-19 and how long it's been taking for us to get short sales done now, the property just kept sitting and sitting and sitting. So it went under contract, I believe in December, if memory serves. And of course, that triggered the bank to do their appraisal. So, as per normal procedure, when I'm notified that one of my houses is going to be appraised, I went out there to get some fresh pictures and then do another walkthrough and see what the condition was. Because frankly, I hadn't been there in like 4 months. So it was fortunate that I went when I did because we had some rainy weather, and so I did my walkthrough. And I always go around first, and I did notice that on this is if what you're looking at, right? Let me share my screen. I apologize. I keep forgetting that. Okay, so um, this is if you were facing the front of the property from the front yard from the street. If you went on the side of the house, then I saw this here, so you can see there was a lot of mildew, which doesn't in and of itself mean much, but it was very soggy, and you could tell that this side of the house was probably didn't have very good drainage. And you can see that there's some moisture here. And that was my first thing. I thought to myself, well, okay, this is interesting. Now if you go inside the house, if you walk in the front door, you have a front room, on the right hand side of the house you have the garage, and then you have the stairs that go upstairs. It's a two-story house. And then you have behind the stairs you have the kitchen and a bathroom and a bedroom. But on the left side of the house, the middle to the left side of the house, it's all open space. You have a front room or a den, and then there's a little bit of a waist high, kind of like a dividing wall, but it's not really a wall. It sticks out maybe 2 or 3 feet, maybe a little bit more. And then you've got a formal dining back there, but it all has one common wall. And this is the exterior wall. On the other side of this part of it, you have that living room slash dining room that I was just telling you about. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. And I'm going to show you the pictures that I saw and I was took pictures of. Just give me a second, and I'll bring these up. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, this is one that I took. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but you can see there's water penetration coming in from the outside. And so that was obviously something that I definitely documented. So let me go ahead and stop my share, and I will go to the next one. This picture I'm going to show you right now has probably, this was more water here than it was before. So you can see how there was quite a lot of water penetration. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my screen there. And then one more here in my screen. So you can see, even more there. So I think I think I may have shown that to you already. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah. So you can see this is a new one. So this is one that also you can see all along this wall, you were getting definite water penetration. And then next to the kitchen in the backyard side of the house, then well, I don't think I have that one. That's fine. But I did find some water penetration in the bathroom. There's a half bath back there, where between the kitchen and there's a back bedroom there. So anyway, so we went ahead and we got contractors out there to look at it. We got experts having to do with foundations and so forth. And so we prepare documentation because that's what you do as a short sale team, as a negotiate, a company that specializes in doing short sales. You have to, banks don't give away money. You have to make your point. You have to prove to them that what you're the best offer that you've gotten is in fact the highest and best offer, or the actual as is value that's available. So it was very surprising in some ways because the market's been hot, because the lack of foreclosures. 80% of the foreclosures are not being filed because of the federal mortgage moratorium, which means there's a lot more houses that are not hitting the market that would have otherwise. And so that's caused a scarcity of inventory, which means the law of um, demand, supply and demand means that if you don't have as much inventory, then prices go up because there's more demand than there is supply. So that's what's happening right now in the market. And so the investors, the hedge funds, the pension funds, the other banks that actually own the mortgages, who give the final decision, yay or nay, they've been coming back and saying, even though the servicing company will give a verbal approval, and they'll say, yeah, you're good. We think this is a good price. The investor might come back and say, we want $10,000 more or $5,000 more or whatever. So it's been a challenge that we're overcoming. But the short sales, you got to be quick. You got to respond quickly and find solutions to these problems. Otherwise, you may go 3 or 4 months and not get any approvals and any closings. So I'm off on a tangent again, but bottom line is this one worked really smoothly, and I was really happy about this one because we got it done, and we were able to make a really nice profit on it. And it took us, I think, 7 months from beginning to end, and with COVID, that's pretty good. So I'll be throwing in some short sale fails in this playlist as well, because it doesn't always work. But I just want to show you a little bit, get an idea of what it's like to be a short sale investor and have a short sale negotiating team to focus on short sales, because it's a completely different animal. It's not like wholesaling. It's not like anything else you do. And because we've been doing this for, this is my 19th year, you get good at it, and you learn. The biggest thing is that it's by far the most challenging part of investing that I've seen, because you have to react so quickly, and the banks are changing all the time. And that's why a lot of people don't want to do them, because you have to really focus on it, and you've got to keep, like, you're taking the pulse. You got to keep your finger on the pulse of what's going on with those banks, and be able to come back with them and give them documentation to support whatever you're doing. Too many realtors, too many investors, they just throw crap against the wall, and it doesn't work. Banks will discount, but you got to make your case. Like I said, it's like going to trial, and you got to convince the jury, and you can't convince the jury because it's like, well, I think that's a good price, or I think it needs carpet and paint, so you need to give me a $30,000 discount. It doesn't work that way. Anyway, that's the story of Middleburg. We're excited about to close this one. Our client was ecstatic, and I'll see you next time on this hard hitting news channel of short sales. Thanks a lot.